What's up guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Gregson, welcome to Shifting Lanes. You know this car if you know this channel. This is my 2005 Volvo V70R. If you're new to the channel, thanks so much for watching and I hope you like what you see. If you do, hit the thumbs up, the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon to get all of our notifications. If you aren't new to this channel, welcome back, and I have something to show you guys that you're going to want to see. These are my brand new refurbished seats from Fibrenew, and they look absolutely pristine. Yes, that is right. We have our seats back. I'm so excited because these look absolutely nuts. I cannot describe to you how amazing these look. So instead of me talking about it, I'm going to show you. First, I just wanted to give a shout out to FCP Euro. You guys that are aware of the channel, that you've been watching for a while, they're our sponsor on these videos, so thank you so much for them. If you don't know who FCP Euro is, go click the link in the description below. They are a European car parts supplier to you guys. If you have a European car, a Volvo, a Saab, a Mercedes, Audi, VW, BMW, Jaguar, Porsche, all of them and even more, go to their website. It's www.fcpeuro.com. They have a lifetime warranty on all wear parts. You also get free shipping any order over $49. Please go check them out. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't. With that being said, let's look at these seats because holy crap, you guys, I think your minds are going to be absolutely blown. So before I get into the seats, actually, let's see what they looked like before, and then I'm gonna show you up close what they look like now. So what I'm gonna overlay right now is basically some footage from the last video I did. I'll also link it in the card above. It's basically me just ripping the interior out and showing you how disgusting and deteriorated and scratched and faded these seats really are. Well, really were, because let's take a look at them now. And this is the one that's going to boggle the mind the most. This is my driver's seat. Now we're gonna go through each seat and just show you exactly what happened and what they look like now. So I can't even describe it. It looks absolutely mint, and the color is almost matched perfectly. It is about a 90-95% match to the original color. What the company did, and I'll describe the company in a little bit. I want to go through the seats first, then talk about the company. They took one of the pieces on the interior. So these little bolsters that are here, they're actually over here on my hood, and my car is still crashed, so don't worry about the paint. They took the inside of one of those bolsters and they decided to use that as the color that they would match everything with. And that was essentially an original color because it hadn't touched light for almost ever. They used that and they made the dye from that. The color is just unbelievable. It's dark out, that's why I have the garages closed so I don't wake up the neighbors. But in another video after this, I will show this color to you guys in the daylight because it is absolutely insane. So the driver's seat, as you kind of remember if you've seen the previous video, this stitch, let's start with that. This stitch was still a little messed up. We said we were going to actually redo it with a new blind stitch. Unfortunately, we were not able to, clearly, because that is what it should look like. This is what it looks like now. When Eileen, the owner of the Fibrenew franchise, and that's Fibrenew, if you want to check them out, you can click the link in the description below as well. When she tried to start undoing this stitch, she realized that there was a little hole here, so she did fix that and a couple of other stitches up here, but there was some adhesive under this, and instead of entirely ruining both this piece and this piece of leather, she decided to leave it and just clean it up as best she could. And for me, until I actually redo these seats, I'm totally fine with that. 99% of people are never going to notice. I'm never going to notice, and based on what the rest of the seat looks like, to be quite frank, I don't care. I still think it looks better and cleaned up. You'll also know that the stitching, when you re-dye a seat, you can't really avoid it. The stitching is no longer white. I actually don't mind it. I think it looks quite good, even with the color matched stitching. So going down the seat, the bottom of the seat was also, there was actually a big hole here, which I didn't know. So when you sat down, this piece was detaching completely. So this is a new blind stitch. You can see it's a little, it's not 100% perfect, but when you do blind stitching from something like this, it's not gonna be 100% perfect. It looks so much better, and it's all together. So when you sit, there will be no gap. And just the seat in general, I mean, you saw the before picture. This is utterly staggering. I cannot believe that this is the same seat, but it is. This is the same leather. Same goes for the passenger seat. It's totally nuts. This is mind-blowing that you can actually do this with the same leather. Now the plastic is there because if you see, this seat is actually at an angle. I had to do that to get it out. And what Eileen did was she put a piece of plastic right here so that when the dye was done this morning, it didn't stick together. So in about 24 hours, I can take that out and it will be perfect and we can put it back in the car. So onto the back seats. The back seats you probably saw in the B-roll. I'll throw up another picture of it as well. On some of these seats, there was a bunch of water stains up here and I believe over here. And if you zoom in, or if we zoom in, get my shadow out of there, there's no water stains, there's nothing. This all has been re-dyed too. And the plastic, again, there to protect from sticking. Absolutely mind-boggling. Let's go over to the bolsters. And this is an interesting part here. The bolsters, as you remember, these had mold on them. So the mold was removed on one of them. But to give you an idea of what happens when you dye something, you have your new piece that you've re-dyed, but you also get overspray, which is why it's very fortuitous to undo and take out all of the stuff from the car, especially when you're doing seats, when you're doing carpets or anything like that. With a re-dye, you should, if you can, remove it. But you can see here, this is where the overspray happens. So, actually, let me focus that a little bit. You can see this is like a piece of cloth that was underneath the leather, and this is overspray, and that's what the foam used to look like. Now, this color is the dye, so it's sprayed on, and as you can see, both of these pieces are just perfect. The armrest is perfect. Now, we took out these silver pieces last time. This is what it looks like with it in. Again, the stitching, not white anymore, and I, again, don't really care. I think it just looks so much better. Unbelievable. So we'll put that silver piece in. So getting to how this happened exactly. The company is called Fibrenew. I just mentioned them. It's Fibrenew, like fiber new. Essentially what they do is they're a restoration franchise system that I think they have like 300 or 400 shops throughout the country, and they franchise them out to different people that take the training and actually do pretty much the same thing for each of their franchises. They may have a little bit of tips and tricks between people, but it's basically and largely the same exact process. So what I'll show you right now is some before and after pictures and some video that Eileen took during her process. First, the first thing to note is it's a lot like painting a car. There's, you know, primer that has to go on, there's sanding that has to go on, and there's paint, and there's all this clear coat and everything like that. This leather is sort of the same way. First thing you have to do is clean everything off and prep it. So you clean the leather, you take out all the dirt and the grime, you prep it by masking off all of the sides and the plastic, and then what you'll do is there's maybe some light sanding that's needed, some filler that's needed. After that, what will happen is you get your dye, and then you'll get a top coat. And with leather, it's sort of the same as paint. There's everything from matte all the way up to gloss. So what we have here is sort of a 50-50 mix of matte and gloss, which is very similar to what the original seats looked like from this car, and from that piece over there, what that piece had. So Eileen, and I'm sorry, Eileen, if you're watching, Eileen Zoldos, she is the Delaware Water Gap Fibrenew franchise. What she did was she took that piece and tried to match the top coat exactly to what it used to be. So what you see is 85, 90, 95% almost original, to the point of it's the same leather, it's nearly the same color, and actually that's what I want to show you now is how close this was and is now to the original color. So let's look at the door cards, which have not been done yet, and you'll see how insane this is. So I'm gonna show this to you two different ways, one without light and one with light. So I have some really kind of crappy light in my garage. It's just an incandescent and the two lights from the garage units, but this is what it originally looked like. And you can see because it has the white stitching here. So this hasn't been done, hasn't been cleaned, hasn't been touched. But if we pan down, that's what it looks like now. So it's incredibly close just in this light. Now, I have basically a, flashlight here. Will it work? I don't know. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's find another flashlight. Here, this gives you a better idea. This is a very bright flashlight, and it kind of washes out the color, but you can see clearly the white stitching. You can see there's a lot of dirt there, and it's kind of this washed out orange baseball glove, baseball mitt kind of color. And if you pan down here, it does the exact same thing. I cannot believe the kind of match this is. This is a little bit more orange, I will say. Man, this thing is filthy. But you can see that there is a clear lineage between these two colors. It's incredibly close. And I mean, even so, we're gonna end up dyeing this door card, and we're gonna end up dyeing that door card, and that door card, and the one over here too. So it's going to be redone in full. And yeah, that's that. So actually, another thing I wanted to show you guys is, remember how dirty it was in here last time? I cleaned up all of the inside of this car. It's all vacuumed out, and it's ready for us to put the seats back in. The one crummy thing about this is that I'm gonna have to take these out again, because when Eileen comes back to do the door cards, she's also gonna clean the carpets, maybe redo the steering wheel, I'm not entirely sure, and I have to redo a couple other things. But when she does the door cards and the carpets, these seats gotta come out yet again. So that kind of stinks, but I think it's gonna be well worth it, and it's going to be looking really, really good. All right, so with all that said, the only thing that's left to do is put these back in, and I have a little bit of really good news. Not a bunch of good news, but a bit of good news. The car itself is going to the body shop on Monday. I'm filming this Saturday, so I gotta get these seats back in, make sure that everything is on the up and up, and then we can get it to the body shop, and it's gonna get fixed. Guys, it's gonna get fixed. I'm so freaking pumped for this. Let's get these seats back in. All right, so the driver's seat is in, and it's pretty damn close. This looks amazing. Oh man, oh, I'm so excited. It's so good. Very, very cool. All right, guys, that will do it for this video. I'm going to do some work off camera. I'm gonna get the rest of these seats back in. I ripped them out in another video. If you've watched that, you probably don't wanna see me put them all back in. You also probably don't want to see copious amounts of potential man crack, so I'm going to spare you from that. I'm really stoked that we're gonna bring this car to the body shop on Monday, and it's going to be fixed. I can't tell you how awesome that is. Because I am selling my Subaru WRX, this will become my short-term daily driver, and I'm also getting another daily driver soon, and I'll make that announcement hopefully soon on the channel. It's gonna be really interesting because I don't think you guys are going to expect what's coming, so stay tuned for that. Also, we bought a Volvo C30. If you haven't seen Chad, who has the the Lexus IS300 on this channel, I got Volvos on the brain. He bought a C30, and he's going to turn it into a Civic Type R Slayer. So go check out that video. I'll link it in the card above. You can also check out the other builds we have on this channel, which is my Project Aston Martin, Hanson's BRZ build, where he's modding himself, where he's trying to turn himself into a better autocrosser, a better race car driver. So go check those out. And you can also check out all of our review videos, which is also in the description below. We have everything there. If you want to follow us on social media, it is at Shifting Lanes anywhere, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Go follow us there. And if you want to get in contact with us, it is contact@shiftinglanes.com. We read every email, and we've had so much support from you guys, and thank you all so much for watching, and all so much for supporting this channel. It's amazing to see the kind of positivity and even negativity that we get. We do take that to heart, so keep the comments coming, keep telling us what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right. We love hearing from you, we love interacting with you. that's it for this one. I'm really excited for the next one, which will be this car getting fixed. So thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, hit the thumbs up, and I will catch you next time. See ya.